Hello, good. Whatever time you're watching this. My name is Daddie Marto or Martin Givenji.
Yeah.
And
I'm Christine Lwanga.
AKA?
AKA Koku Lwanga.
Yes. And together we are Mana Patao.
Yeah.
That is Mama na Papa Tao. For those who have been asking for years. Mana Patao is Mama na Papa Tao.
So,
and it's Tao.
Na Pa Tao.
And it's Tao, not Tau or Tao.
Or Tao.
Or short for Getao.
No, it's Tao.
Yes. Tao is a Tswana word meaning lion because he's a Wakakab over there.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I was just walking along the streets of Kampala when I saw a small girl, dilapidated. That country was not doing something right for this young girl. Then I saw and then I was like, you come, I need to help your life.
Please. No, that is not.
You remember how we met.
That's not how it happened. We met through a mutual friend, Maureen and Dahlia, but it wasn't intentional, right?
Yeah.
Maureen alikuwa nakurudishia kitu. She was returning something at Alliance where you were directing a play, right?
Yes.
Yes. And we were from work. So Maureen asked me, so nipeleka Alliance nirudishe rafiki yangu kitu. I actually was disgruntled. I didn't want to go. But someone can convince. We went. He saw me. Apparently he asked for my number, lakini hakuongea. So mimi sikujua. It was until one day later, hapo TRM, tulikuwa na Chiri, my other friend.
Hold there first. Wacha mimi nifike hapo.
Aya, sawa.
So Maureen, who was our mutual friend, she wanted to hook me up with a certain mama somewhere. Me don't do hookups. Hookups don't go well with me.
Oh yes, by the way, Maureen, earlier before to meet Ivo, she had tried to hook us up.
Yeah.
But hakuwa ametuambia who ni nani. Yeah. But sisi watu wawili we were like, no, I don't want to be hooked up. Yeah. I don't want a relationship. Weka na rafiki yako.
And it's a good thing she did not say, this is the person I wanted to hook you up to. Otherwise, knew you. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, probably it wouldn't have worked.
We got the opportunity to, know each other sort of by ourselves. Though it was clearly very intentional. So I was handed whatever was being handed, stepped out to say hi to her friends, and then I just meet these big gorgeous eyes. Yeah, it's the eyes that I saw first. For those who insist it was other big gorgeous things that I saw, no, it was the eyes, her eyes, also her big gorgeous heart. Yes, your big gorgeous heart, which I got to know about later. But it was mostly her big gorgeous eyes that I saw first.
Hey.
So when I saw her eyes, I was like, oh, okay, not bad. Anakaa ka spoiled rich kid lakini wacha niachane na yeye. So when Maureen said these are her friends, so I asked her 3 questions. Number 1, is she single? Number 2, is she smart?
You have to be dramatic.
Number 3, how old is she? Those were the 3 questions I asked by the way. Those were very important for me. So then she said, no, she's she said yes, she's single. I was like, check. How old is she? She's kaudo, that age over there. I was like, not bad. And then, is she smart? Then she said, well, she's an engineering graduate and enough said. Bas.
There's book smart and there's street smart.
No, but,
Are you trying to say I'm not street smart?
She's too smart for me, Marcel. Me, I'm just an idiot over there who got lucky to get this one, and I thank God for it. Anyway, so I got her number that day. I didn't even talk to her. I didn't even say anything.
So weird.
That was on a Thursday. 3 days later, on a it was on a Saturday. Friday, Saturday. 2 days later on a Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday evening.
Yeah. So we endelee story. Hapa sisi ndio tofautiana.
Saturday evening, my friend and I tukaenda TRM kushop. Just as we were coming out at the entrance, this guy just comes and almost kills us. For real. Like tulishtuka hadi tukaangusha shopping bags.
I'm a very careful driver.
This guy almost killed us. So of course I was like, ni nani huyu? Nikaisha lazima niangalie. Kuona ni Marto. The guy who we met just 2 days ago. So ikabidi tu nitulie, ni relax.
This is my story. I was just going to drop my niece hapo karibu TRM. And then as I'm driving, I just see some 2 crazy people just jump in front of the car.
Wow, we jumped right in front of the car.
You like,
wow.
Unajua umesahau ile ya primary school. look right, look left, look right again. Wait, no. Look right, look left, look right again. Then cross the road quickly but do not run. Nyinyi mmetoka tu supermarket ndio sasa mko kwa hiyo storm na decide muingie tu kwa barabara.
Ulikuwa karibu kutukanyaga. Ungetoa wapi bibi?
Nilikuwa karibu kukukanyaga, ningetoa wapi bibi? Kukukanyaga si ndio nime. Anyway, moving on.
Hiya. Please, I don't know this man.
Moving on. So,
yeah, that's how we
I
met.
see this lady. I was like, wait, this is the lady I saw 2 days ago. And I already had her number. And then when I looked back, nikaangalia kwa side mirror as we were tushawapita, nikaona akiambia beshte yake ni Martin. I was like, unanikumbuka? So I made an impact in your life for those few seconds. Kumbe nimeskota yani na sijui. Kupika tu hivi home. WhatsApp ikatembea mbio. And that is how we met. And here we are.
I guess so. That's how we met.
Yes, that was meeting. We haven't gone for the first date yet. Aya, anza story ya the first date.
Yeah. So first date, vile aliingia WhatsApp that night, he asked me, si tuende on a date. Mimi sikuwa nataka hii story. So of course I refused. I told him I told you I'm not available naenda Gishagi, right?
You're going to see your aunt.
I'm going to see my aunt. And that was a flat out lie.
Hata akisema ati my aunt, alikuwa anashika ndani. Aunt yake ako hapo tu Muihoko. So ni anaongea ni kama ninaenda ushango huko next
huko unajua hivyo. So that was an excuse. That was a good excuse. But this guy, whoa. Kama kuna mtu akiinsist, akiona goal and I insist. I ended up agreeing. And again, I had never been to not even one play, right? So since he was inviting me for a play date at Allianz, that really intrigued me, Baze.
I just got lucky.
Watch play.
Mimi nilikuwa tu mwanaume anajaribu kuflex ile kazi anafanyanga.
Ungeniita sijui tuende drinks wapi.
Ingeweza
hiyo time.
So she came, watched the play. Here you go.
Thank you.
She kind of enjoyed it. I'm not very sure. To date, I'm always very afraid to ask because I know I didn't like it. You know, need director's criticism. I just criticized myself. I didn't like it myself. I thought it would have been better. So watched the play, enjoyed, and then went for our date for a meal. Hey, I have a friend who just said, since he's going for a date, si tuenda tu tumwa company hata yeye, wao wakiketi pale, sisi tukae upande ingine.
Wait, who does that? First date, double date. Really? I don't even know who your friends are. Now I'm even...
Brian Monene.
Listen. Hi, Brian Monene. First, I have to deal with the fact that I don't know you, so I'm uncomfortable. Then I have to deal with 2 other people who you know, who are your friends, that I don't know.
I've actually never looked at it like that.
So you made me even more uncomfortable. I couldn't talk. Can't notice the whole date nilikuwa tu hapa peke yangu na chicken wings. Hata sikuwa naongea. Hata sikuwa na contribute.
But I've never looked at it like that. Yeah. It was 3 strangers.
That was very uncomfortable.
I was thinking I was pacifying the situation so you don't have to deal with me alone.
No.
The way you're dealing with now 3.
3.
Totally
different people that obviously wanaangalia wanataka kuona who ni dem gani. So I'm under a microscope times 3, and you know how Brian Monene is.
Yeah.
You know, he's a very smart guy. Why?
Pole.
Sijai kuforgive.
Pole. Aki pole.
Sijui nini ilikutetea baadaye tunajipata tuko hapa. I would have gone home and blocked you.
Yeah. So that was our first date, and then from there I discovered akitoka job walikuwa wanatembea kutoka Upper Hill wanaanguka hapo hivi Uhuru Park alafu wanapiga kalesa hadi Tao. So mimi nikajiambia na juu mimi nilikuwa nikiwaka hapo State House Road. State House Road,
Why you gotta be so
State House Road? No, si ni ukweli ilikuwa State House Road. Yeah.
Sawa.
State House Road. Kasema wachana mimi niteremkage tutembee hadi Tao. Lakini siku ya kwanza nikamwambuch nikampata kwa stage ya matatu. Wakiwa na huyo best. Huyo best yangu alinipigia Maureen. Maureen by the way.
Maureen alikuwa anapanga na wewe msee. Ndio huyu tumefika kwa stage. Maureen. Yeah. Anyway.
So I think I went through the most frustrating and headache kukatia face
Please.
ever.
Please, you didn't
Ever.
have any problems.
Number one,
Please.
unajaribu kuongelesha mtu hakuangalii.
I'm shy.
Number two, unajaribu tu umerusha tu mistari. Ukisema tu hi, anacheka. Hata hakuna kitu kingine nimesema tu hi, anacheka akiangalia. Matatu ameketi tu, najua ni ile minibus. So wawili hii side, wawili hii side. Morina amejipea shughuli, amejirusha huko nyuma.
Ati anajifanya hajui chenye amefanya.
Mimi huyu anaingia, wana make sure nimemweka kwa dirisha, hatoroki. Ninajaribu kuongelesha mtu hivi. Mtu ameangalia huko. So nakawia tuko matatu, naongelesha mtu hivi. Hivi tu.
Listen, one, you know I'm shy. Two, ulikuja na force. Mimi I wasn't ready. I was just trying out. Since you may insist, let me see how it goes.
And I think 12 or so days later after meeting, I asked her to be my girlfriend. That was the first proposal. Yeah. I went down on my knee.
To ask me to be a girlfriend.
A girlfriend. Watu wengi sidhani wanafanya hiyo. Sasa tuna brag. Wengi inakuaga. So tunafanya nini? Tufanyie kitu sawa. No, me actually was very intentional because I didn't want to know her as a friend, then try to know her as a wife. I immediately I want to know you as my girlfriend so that I know the kind of person you are in a relationship with me. That was where I think I got lucky. I had learned a few lessons in my previous relationship and also in the phase after the relationship.
Yeah.
That made me decide, you know what, mtu yote mwenye nitakuwa in a relationship with akikuja rather, I'm just going to be intentional and say I want to know you as my person. Dating this Ugandan girl. Where?
I'm not Ugandan, mimi ni Mkenya.
So?
Mama yangu ni Mkenya.
Exactly. No, I just wanted that information to come out seamlessly.
Sorry, we digress.
Yes. So, dating this Ugandan, as she has accepted, Ugandan, okay. Dating this East African girl.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Hey. Where?
Hi.
So, I just come from a relationship where I had already formed ideas about some things, and there were things I said I'm never going to go back to as far as knowing somebody else for a committed relationship is concerned. So when this lady started to bring to know kichwa ngumu,
I just have my own opinions and I voice them.
Si kichwa ngumu.
Si kichwa ngumu. Please, Wakenya, I am not kichwa ngumu.
I shall forgive you. So, getting to know each other, knowing our different personalities just as they are. Because one thing I said, I'm not planning to change you to suit the kind of person I am, and I didn't want you to change me to suit the kind of person
in short,
you are.
Don't date the idea of the person in your head.
Exactly, date the
date
person.
the actual person.
Yeah. So that if, and don't date them with the hope and the expectation that they will change and be what you want.
Yeah, because
so that's why the compatibility is very important to get the person that you want at the time you get them.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, so dating was like that. We were trying so hard because we were both coming from bad situations, like bad breakups. Tayari, you're coming into it with ideas of the person you want to date, but that's not what the person is in reality. So inakuhinda from actually knowing the person and trying to find out who ni nani, you know? So, hey, kalikuwa ka transition. At some point, we even broke up.
For 20 minutes.
Please, it wasn't 20 minutes. We broke up, I think, for an hour.
Oh, that is better. Oh.
We broke up for an hour. Hey, that was bad. And before that, tulikuwa tume-argue for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Non-stop standing. Watu wanasimama hivi, wana-argue too.
No, we don't argue. We just have differences.
We debate.
We debate.
Hey, Sawa, we debate.
Yeah.
Hey, it was bad. Dating was tricky at first. Very tricky.
But eventually we came to a place where I even, introduced her to my mom.
Hey.
Because I happened to randomly meet her mom.
Wait. I don't think we have time for that story.
Ushai meet mama ya mtu huko unapanga kummeet. Nimetoka kinyozi. Uzuri nilikuwa nimetoka kinyozi, nimenyolewa, ninakaa mzuri.
Mimi natembea. Hawa wendani?
Kunyolewa wendani. So nilikuwa naenda home shoot.
Alafu akina mom, I was living in Kawendani. Mom and my auntie who was living in Muhoko, yes, the sides, walikuja wakani visit. So nikiwa Zindini wapeleke stage, naona ndio huyu Martin anakuja. Na anakula popcorn.
Popcorn kwa plastic bag. Then they were not bags.
Kwa plastic, like ulikuwa katu kawaida. So there is a part of me that was like, guys, sasa nitaambia mom huyu ni nani?
See, one of the things that, you know, helped our relationship is number one, hatukuingia na kiki. Hakuna mtu alijirembesha ati hivi ndivyo ninakuaga nini. Unaingia unapata vidole zangu zinakaaga hivi. Hakuna wakati zinakuaga hivi. Kila kitu raw. Kuna vitu zingine naweza sema ambazo sitaki. Wacha tu niziwache tu zikae tu hivi. No, kujihusu. Si kwa you are perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. Wacha tukule break kidogo. Umeanza kuwa mzito.
It's getting heavy. Actually, our relationship went so fast. Like 12 days, asked me to be your girlfriend.
6 months later,
I am expectant.
Well, we knew on the 6th month, so 5 months later, you're expectant. I am expectant.
So it felt like it was like this. And some of my friends would ask me, "Hey, Christine, are you sure? Like you people are not rushing into things? It feels so rushed. Like, do you know each other really well?" But to be honest, that has never been an issue for us.
So even before we moved in together, I proposed to her.
Oh, yes.
I proposed in February, not 14th, like 18th, February 18th.
And it was just the two of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, we were in bed. I had the ring in my trouser pocket.
Mtu anafiche.
Nikaificha huko chini. Nikachukua trao, nikatoa. I went down on my knee on the bed. And I proposed. It was just the two of us.
So simple, but I loved it.
Very simple, like nakuaga na kiki saa zingine. Mwaga dramatic, but ikifika kudeal na vitu za ziko close to me.
So simple and very personal.
I just do me. I do not at all fall for pressure. I have to do things a certain way other than the wedding.
So, wait, before when he proposed to me, I had reservations. I was like, "Hey, Marto, are you marrying me because I'm pregnant?" You know, because that is what happens in most cases. Girl falls pregnant, both of you move in together, automatically it's a marriage. And then down the line, the marriage doesn't last because it wasn't based on anything real. So nilikuwa like, say ananiwa juni ko pregnant.
Yes, that's why I made sure I proposed before the baby came, and I proposed before we moved in together. So that you can see my intention is with you, not with anything that you come with. You see, if you move into my home of course will now be a home.
Or to save face, because some people get married to save face. Actually, tunge rush to get married before itokeleze ndio tuseme we'll get mtoi within wedlock. But with us, our relationship was so unconventional.
So the wedding was in Uganda, according to Ugandan traditional customs. It's called a kwanjula. We ferried like 75 or 100 people to Uganda for the wedding to celebrate our union. And watu waliturn up. Aki tuliwashoot na wadi sahi. The way people supported us going all the way to Uganda. It was an amazing experience. There are videos on social media online. You can, watu wanaenda wajionee hiyo, wajibambe na hiyo. Don't think hapo kuna story because it was an experience, and I'm glad we did it that way, the way we did it. It was fun. So
it wasn't fun planning for it though.
No, the event. I mean, the event was fantastic.
Amazing.
It was amazing. Like we went through the stress of planning it ourselves, and then when it came to the day of the event, we just enjoyed. That was the good thing about that. So one thing we've come to experience as far as our marriage is concerned is there's no blueprint.
There's no one right way to do marriage, because every marriage is as unique as a thumbprint. It is the two of you to establish constitution ya hii marriage yetu inakaaje. What are the down laws for this marriage.
Yeah.
How do we relate with each other in this marriage?
Yeah.
Because boy, marriage is such a journey. Unajuanga hujui. When you think you know it all, when you come into marriage thinking you have an idea of how to navigate marriage,
Yeah.
marriage teaches you that's not how you do it.
You don't even know anything. By the way.
It's such a journny, and I think people who've been, I don't think we are really in a position to give advice,
yeah.
as much because we've been together for only 3.5. But for those 3.5, I'm sure it's the same, kind of the same thing people who've been married for 40 years would tell you.
Yeah.
Marriage is a journey.
Probably the only advice can be, do you.
Yeah.
Do you. Whatever works for the two of you.
Yes.
If the two of you, if it makes sense for the two of you to only have dinner at 5 p.m., you know time yenu ya dinner. Just because others want to have dinner at 7 or at 9 or at 11 does not mean there's something wrong with your relationship.
Yeah.
That's what you guys know. You do it the way you want.
Every marriage is unique,
Yes.
and don't get into it with ideologies or fairy tale kind of ideas, because I think that is what has been wrong with our generation. Nobody wants to do the hard work in marriage.
Yes.
Nobody wants to actually sit
It's
down,
hard work.
stick through the tough times with somebody in matters, not at the tough times abuse or ninio. I'm saying going through the motions with somebody to understand them at their worst. When somebody is angry, this is why it's so important to know somebody. How do they react when they are angry? How do they react when they are disappointed? How do they react when they are sad and depressed?
And we are not perfect.
Yeah.
Sisi
There
hukoseana
are
sana.
times
Sisi
we argue
hukoseana sana.
3 a.m.
I do stupid things sometimes. She does
Yeah.
unpleasant things.
because I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
So marriage is not at the one size fits all.
Yeah.
It's a journey. You have to be ready to do the work. You have to be ready to sit down, set your ego aside, and actually see the other person.
Yeah. But the bottom line is respect your spouse,
Yeah.
respect your partner.
Of course, kuna bottom line.
You know, always look out for the best interest.
Yes.
for them.
I mean, this is somebody you're living with for the rest of your life. If you don't want what is best for them, why are you even with them in the first place?
And decide and agree on the direction that you want to take.
Yes.
For example, career-wise, she, like we mentioned, she was a project control
Project control manager.
manager.
I was just starting out my career in corporate.
Right
But-
now, she's a social media marketer. How?
I don't want to be cliche and say, you know I love you, because that is something that you know. You know I love you, right?
So you said you're not going to say it.
Sasa nimeisema basi. But what I thank God for is, thank you for being so supportive. Thank you for being amazing, understanding and caring. Yeah, this guy is caring, not only just to me, but even I'm sure your friends and your colleagues and anyone who has met you in life can tell you give light to each other. I mean to other people. So I'm so thankful and happy for that. I love you, I wish you well. I pray God to give you a long, healthy, prosperous life, to bless the work of your hands, to increase your talents. Always ukilala hivi ideas from God zinaingia hivi za skits zetu and even more. I pray that you expand, because most people don't realize how talented and great you are. I hope your greatness shines through and people really realize, wow, this guy is great. You know? And I hope you achieve all you hope and dream for. I hope you're happy, because most people aren't happy these days. I hope you're happy and you're full and content and at peace. I just wish the best for you in life.
Na mnashindwa kwa nini siku hizi mimi huwa na glow? Is why. Goes without saying that I thank God for you, especially because you gave value to my life.
Aww.
There's something for every man that shifts. There's something that changes in their psyche whenever they get a good thing.
Aww.
The biblical woman that is there for you, is that support you, takes care of your home and you, so that you can handle everything else. You know, the fact that we have our palace, it might be small, it might be a small 2-bedroom house somewhere in Kawasukari. It is not a mansion in Lavington or Runda, but you give value to it. to make
Thank
it
you.
more than, you know, any home that
House.
would have out there. And same here, tutahama.
Please. Please. Mm.
But you give value to me. I know my message to you is becoming very selfish because I am saying to you what has, you know, improved in me. But I thank God that I am who I am because of what you have been in my life. You know?
Oh, thank you.
The small things, it goes a long way in feeling, okay, I am being appreciated for the small things that I'm doing. I don't need you to say them, but when you say them, zanipea motisha kuendelea.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.